Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and this is day 53 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on recognizing God's hand in my life. So, yay for day 53! 47 days to go. I'm ready to do a countdown. Anyway, I am very grateful to have made it to day 53 and very grateful for this day. It was kind of a very unexpected day, to say the least. A lot of unexpected things and people in my life today. And I think that God really sends other people into my life as a way to say that He's aware of me and He's paying attention to me, or He knows that I need something extra that I don't realize that I need. So today I got to, half day at work. So then I came home and I was like, I'm not doing anything, tried to take a nap. That didn't work. And I was like, just kind of frustrated and bored and I don't know, waiting for something to happen. And then there was a knock at my door, and it turns out that it was the sister missionaries in the neighborhood came to say hi, because I'd sent them a text a while ago saying, I know you can come by whenever you want if you want to practice a lesson or help do service or whatever, stop by anytime. So they just stopped by and I'm like, cool. So that was really very nice of them, and I am very grateful for that. And then I went to physical therapy, and I was reminded of something that happened at physical therapy a week ago, not today for physical therapy, but it was interesting because a week ago I was doing something and my physical therapist basically told me that I wasn't going to be able to do it, but do it anyway. And I was like, what? But it was kind of one of those things, I guess, to me, it was sort of a God thing that kind of popped into my head again that reminded me that I may not be able to do everything, but I can try it anyway. I can see what happens. And if I don't have the expectation that I'm going to succeed or be perfect at it, then it doesn't really matter because I already know I'm going to fail. So I really don't have anything to lose. And in this case, it was one of those balance things. Where I had to balance with my eyes closed, and I was getting dizzy the entire time because they're trying to work on my vertigo and dizziness and post-concussion syndrome stuff. So I was just kind of like, I was like, can't do this. So physical therapy today was not quite like that. They stuck needles in my head. That was not fun. And then they're like, I'm like, that hurts. And I'm like, talking about the different kinds of pain, and I was like, is it pressure pain or is it some other kind of pain? And I was like, it's pressure pain. He's like, okay, then that's fine, don't worry about it. And I was like, thanks. I don't like this, but it's necessary to try to release the pressure on the muscles to help loosen the muscles up. And my therapist has done that with my shoulders quite a few times, where he pinches them really hard and I'm like, until the muscles kind of release, and then I'm like, and then they feel a little bit better for a few hours until I move them and use them, and then they tense up and hurt all over again. Well, apparently that's what they were doing in my head. So he poked needles in my head to do the same thing, and I was like, that was not fun. So kind of hope he doesn't do that again, but at the same time, if it helps, then it's probably a good idea to let him do it again. So I also realize that I'm learning that there's lots of things in life that can sometimes seem painful at the moment, but they're actually in the long run beneficial. They're helping to relax my muscles. They're helping to do something for me that will help me feel better in the long run. I think that's also God's way of telling me this is why I need to feel my emotions and the hurt and the pain and the grief and just let all those things go, because I will feel better once they're out of my system. So it may be painful, but it'll feel better in the long run. Just like they say, just rip the Band-Aid off instead of taking it off a little bit at a time and dragging out the pain, which is what I would do. Just rip it off, and then it's one big, huge thing, and then you're done. So I don't know that it's necessarily then you're done, though, because it still hurts for a while afterwards. Anyway, so I was just kind of learning and just recognizing the people that were showing up in my life and just feeling very blessed for that. And then my friend that's editing my videos, my temple friend that's editing my videos, I went over to her house after my physical therapy, and she was kind enough to feed me dinner, and then we chatted, and I think I kept her up way too late, kept myself up too late. Not that I'm not used to being up that late, because I am used to being up that late. I'm just not used to being up so early in the morning. So then I was just tired earlier than I want to be, and I don't like being tired earlier than I want to be. So I kind of kept us both up late talking. But she came up with some brilliant ideas of stuff that we can do in the future, and I'm very excited about it. I will talk about it in another video, maybe. But then she was also very generous and shared some of her food and stuff with me that she had. She's like, I don't have a lot, but I can give you a little bit. And I was like, oh. And I wasn't expecting her to do that. I was like, if you can't do that, I'm like, don't worry about it. I don't. I mean, it's just very nice and generous of her to do that. And I think that was just another God thing in my life, where he's sending people into my life to help me out with just little things. And I'm learning that it's okay to accept the help from other people now, and hopefully at some point in my life I will be in a place where I can give back to other people. And I keep always hoping I'll be in a place to give back to other people, and I give when I don't have a whole lot to give. I would like to have a whole lot to give so I could give a lot more to people, but I'm not in a place to do that right now, and that's okay. But I know that it's blessing other people, that God blesses the people that bless my life, and he blesses me when I bless other people's lives. So it's kind of one of those things. I think for me, I always feel like I'm selfish when I do service or give to other people, because I want the blessings that I know I'm going to get for doing it. Because God always gives us blessings for helping other people. And I think that's amazing. Not only does he give us that feeling that we helped someone out and makes us feel good about ourselves, but he also gives us other blessings that we need in our lives, whether they be temporal things that you can see physically, or whether they're just spiritual or emotional things, support, something else that we need. It's an amazing thing. One of my favorite hymns in the hymn book is A Poor Wayfaring Man of Grief. And I love that song, but it talks about all the things that this person does in the song for a complete stranger. And I know one of them, he helps heal or bandages up a stranger that's wounded, and then he has himself a wound concealed, something people can't see. But then he feels better. He forgot his pain after that because he helped someone else through theirs. And so it's an amazing thing. I think helping other people can be healing to us as individuals. And I found that from doing these videos and hoping that it helps other people watching my videos. And it helps me to think that I'm helping other people. It helps me to just process and let go and be like, okay, there's something I can learn from all of these lessons in my life. And maybe there's something I can share with those of you that are watching that can help you with whatever it is you're going through. And maybe it's not like monetary or tangible physical things, but maybe it is something emotional or spiritual that just kind of helps uplift you and make you feel a little bit better, or make you realize, if nothing else, that you're not alone in what you're going through. And everybody struggles, and I realize that some people's struggles are way worse than mine, and some people's may not be as bad as mine. And I also realize that I always think mine are the worst. I think everybody as individuals are like, you can't possibly understand what I'm going through because it's just so bad right now. But I know that God knows exactly what you're going through, no matter how bad it is, and that he's always there to help you through whatever it is, and that he will send angels or people into your life to help you, to let you know that you are loved and cared for and not alone in whatever it is you're going through. And you can be like me and try to push them away when you're just really depressed and ornery. Or you can embrace them and just recognize that God is sending people into your life to bless you and uplift you and to help you. And that is an amazing thing to recognize and to see and to feel of that love and to accept that love, which for me has not always been the easiest thing, because I think I've spent too much time focusing on wanting the addicts or the people that have hurt me in my life to love me and to fix me and to do all of those things for me, and rejecting the love of other people because it's not from the people that I wanted or how I wanted it. And I think I've done that a lot of times with God in my life, where I'm like, I know God is there, but I'm just kind of like so focused on what I want or how I want it that I'm rejecting the gifts that God has given me. And I feel bad about that, and I'm trying to learn to be aware of that, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos, is to be aware of God's hand in my life, to be aware of the direction that God wants me to go in my life, to accept the gifts and the blessings that God is giving me instead of running away from them or pushing them away because it's not what or how I wanted, because they are amazing gifts and blessings, and I do feel loved and uplifted, and I do feel like maybe I could do this. Or maybe just like my therapist said a week ago, you can't do this, but do it anyway. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things. I'm like, you get to try this for this amount of time for like 2 minutes to do this, even though I know you're not going to be able to succeed. Basically, he just said I wasn't going to succeed at it, but I needed to do it anyway. So I think it's just good experience, and it's progress, not perfection. Like we see in my 12-step program, they always say progress, not perfection. It's one of many things that we say, but it's stuff that I've learned that sticks with me, that reminds me that I don't have to get it right. I don't have to be perfect at it. I just have to show up and do it. And regardless of the outcome, at least I tried. And it's a process to get better. And maybe someday I'll be able to succeed in what my therapist was having me do last week. And maybe I won't. But maybe it's helping me to heal no matter what, to strengthen some muscles and some other things. So work on my balance and my dizziness. I don't know. But anyway, that's all I have for today. And thank you for watching these videos. If you like them, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and find ways to recognize God's hand in your life too.